Call halal Yahweh Bashem Awashai Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers, my Akim, that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To the confusion of faith, Akim that are joined unto our ranks, the Akwath, all of the hopeful elect. To you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm. I'm coming at you with another video, and that's Malcolm, not Malcolm, for some of you who listen. All right, but this is your brother, Bro Bareen, and this dude is an ex-pastor. All right, and he's talking about conscious deception here of the churches. All right, this is a man who's woke up to the fact that what they learn in the churches is lies, and he even admits that the Israelites are way more studied and understand the Bible, and that Christians don't understand the Bible. Okay? They clearly don't, man. All right? And because they've been brainwashed with the lies, the whitewashed lies, which he admits that, and that this whole doctrine that God loves everybody. You know, now he's still kind of on the fence. You know, he's still not quite sure what he wants to do. But he does admit a lot, you know, and you know, you just got to hear it for yourself. So let's let some of his this video play.
But at the same time, they're collecting money off of you people. Off of you people. Don't think Kevin Wesley ain't collecting no money. He rapping, dancing. He's just trying to do what he's trying to do, and I'm not mad at him. But at the same time, you're not going to sit here.
See, how could he not be mad at him if the people are teaching you lies for profit, man? You know, that's, you know, you people, you fall for the sing and dance, you know, even with the giants, you know, people like Kenneth Hagin, who really promotes and pushes the Israelis, and everyone want, you know, but everyone wants to come against the Hebrew Israelites, all right, for teaching out of the Bible, but no one comes against the Israelis who don't teach out of the Old Testament. I mean, Salakia, who do not teach out of the New Testament, all right, and they also use the Talmud. But yet you got all these Edomite Christians, Calvinists and Christians, Pentecostals like Kenneth Hagin and Frederick Price and Paula White and Janice Meyer and Creflo Dollar, Joel Osteen, T.D. Fakes. No one is bringing out the fact that the Bible clearly tells you in Isaiah 34:16 that there is no book to match with her. You can't match another book up with her. All right? With the wisdom that's in the Bible. Okay? Sophia. You see, most of you don't even know what that's talking about. All right? But no one's coming against the imposter Jewish people who follow not Yahushua, who don't believe in the New Testament, and their primary book is the Talmud, which is a whole different book. All right? The Bible is just a front. They are Talmudists, man. And the Israelites never followed the Talmud. That's a wicked Babylonian book. Trying to find that scripture about for profit, teaching for profit. Yeah, here we go. This is 1 Timothy 6:5. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of truth. Christian church is destitute of truth completely. All right? Supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself. So these guys with all these planes and boats and giant houses that gain is godliness. Look what God got me. And you simple-minded women, especially you nigger women, all right, believe it and want it to be so. Look what he got. Look, you ain't got nothing. Look what he got. And so that don't make him a man of God. The men of the Lord had nothing. Hey, Yahushua himself, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he didn't have a place to lay his head, man. All right? The apostles, the disciples were in and out of jail for teaching the truth, man. The Lord came back for sinners, for those who are low, because he's going to make those on high abased and those on low be on high.
And promote no false history. Kevin Wesley, Ray Hagin, y'all not going to promote no false history, and I'm going to sit back and let that happen. Can't do that. Stop the lies, the Islamic brother would say. God forbid. Now, why do I say that? I used to be part of the conscious community. I see Kevin Wesley just recently posted something with Anthony Browder. He's been doing this for 30 years. And I used to love Anthony Browder and Dr. Ben and Kersey Graves, Gerald Massey. I would count Volley. I was obsessed with Charles Finch and all of them. Got all of their books. I was obsessed with that. But I started to notice something when I learned how to do research on my own. When I began to understand what a primary source is, a secondary source is, what revisionist history is, I come to find.
And that word revisionist, all right? Anything that's been revised is lying. Just like they revised the Bible and removed the Apocrypha. All right? Because the Apocrypha destroys Christianity. They couldn't keep the Apocrypha in place and teach Christianity the way that they do in seminaries. And there's no prophecy that the truth would come from a seminary. In Malachi, it clearly tells you that Elijah will return. One man, and through that man, the children of Israel will wake up. And that happened with one West. All right? Not some seminary school. This is 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha, the 6th chapter, verses 27 and 28. And it says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared." And that's what you're witnessing, man. The truth being declared finally in the earth, man, which means the end is near. All right? Because this fake Christianity is just collecting money and having a party in church and then feeding you abominable foods afterwards, and all the adultery and homosexuality and lesbianism that goes in there. The Lord is not with that.
Find out certain things. Have white folk lied? Absolutely so. White folk done lied. White folk.
I mean, let's let her play that a little again. They done lied. They done lied about history. And then they're building the base of their doctrine upon false history. Because if you remove the facts, if I go into court and I have the evidence that proves my innocence, and you don't allow that evidence to be shown and control the narrative, I end up going to jail. Or end up paying for some sort of suit when I had evidence to show that I was innocent.
To do research on my own. When I began to understand what a primary source is, a secondary source is, what revisionist history is, I come to find out certain things. Have white folk lied? Absolutely so. White folk done lied. White folk done lied.
Okay, so you know what?
Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Berean TV.
Let's go right about here.
People don't understand that it's for a reason. We have to be compartmentalized. When I say people names. That's the thing that had the other pastor upset. That I said I'm going to say people names, and I mentioned Vocab Malone. And
one of the biggest liars and the biggest devils is Vocab Malone. And he fits the bill of everything that I've spoken about and every scripture that I've read condemning his lies, man. All right?
Role that Vocab plays, because he plays a major role in apologetics when we're dealing with the Hebrew Israelites. You can say what you want. Vocab Malone, basically, he introduced a lot of white America, James White and them folk, apologists. He introduced them to Hebrew Israelites. And he deals specifically with One West. So in the video I said I'm going to bring out different apologists, and I'm going to speak about their strengths and their weaknesses. And I brought up the thing with Craig G. Lewis and how Major, Boom Atlanta, them folk down there in Florida, Jacksonville, who are believers, who are Israelites, who are believers, and how they had a problem with certain things that came from G. Craig ministry and certain things he said about Hebrew Israelites. We tend to, as apologists, sometimes a lot of us, as Christians in general, we tend to just make blanket statements.
Big blanket statements that do not match up scripturally. Like when we tell you and we read the scripture in Acts. Acts was all about the scattered Israelites coming back from foreign lands. Confused in the face, many of them. All right? Many of them came back from all these foreign lands, and they had been living in those lands for 400 years, some of them. They didn't look the same anymore, but they could be traced back to Israel, or they believed And only the Israelite is going to believe that this is only for Israel, who was scattered. How the hell can you be scattered among a strange people that look nothing like you for 400 years, return and still look the same? To think that, man, you're just stupid, man, and elementary. Because you're going to have them clowns saying, you know, jumping all over the you know, all the 12 tribes is black, man. Which is stupidity. All right? This is Acts 26 and 6, and it reads, "And now I stand and am judged for the hope of the promise made of power unto our fathers," personal pronoun, "unto which promise our 12 tribes instantly serving power day and night hope to come. For which hope's sake, King Agrippa, I am accused of the Jews being one of the 12 tribes." He was speaking up for the 12 tribes, all of Israel, which had been scattered. All right? Because the Jews, which primarily made up, Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. All right? They would call the scattered ones and the ones that returning Gentiles. They would call them strangers. And this very important fact is left out by Christianity, by Calvinists, by apologetics, by Christians and Catholics alike. They leave that very important detail out. Hence all the confusion, man.
Now, what a lot of people don't understand, and I'm talking to you and you Israelites right now. This is a message to the believing Israelites. What y'all don't understand is to be an apologist, to be a pastor, to be a minister, a lot of times you don't have to be a deep researcher. Why? Because most Christians don't know no Bible.
This
Which
facts.
means when I say people don't go back and checking behind me, they should. I'm saying wrong things, but to keep it 100, a lot of Christians don't know Bible.
Facts.
This is how come Israelites are banging so hard, and not even regular people in the pulpit, but banging on the pastors.
And we're educating these pastors. They're going on our videos and using our breakdowns in their churches today, man. All right? You best believe they study the apostles, man. They're using terminology that I was in those churches all my life, man, and they're using terminology that the apostles bring forth. They're using terminology that the Israelites bring forth. They're saying things that they've never said before because they're actually getting educated by us. Then they're running to you foolish Christians, twisting it up and making you believe that it's coming from them just to get more money from you.
And this is just keeping it 100. Now keeping it 100 is, that kind of cause problems. But like I said, there's a political side.
Yeah, you tell the truth, man. You get problems. And that political side that he's talking about is the lies, politics, politricks. All right? All politicians lie to get into office, and then they don't do any of the things that they promise, man. Donald Trump said he was against the war. He was against the troops being all over the place. He was going to spend all the money back here in America. Now he building up the war machine just like everybody else and making it just as bad, man. There's a war in Tunisia right now where American soldiers are dying, and no one even knew about it if it wasn't for that Edomite, the vagabond. All right? Psalm 64:8 once again. All right? No one even knew about it, man, until that guy brought out the evidence. So what the hell? This is a brand new war, man, in Tunisia, which is in Africa. What the hell are we doing in Tunisia?
There's a political side to the church. I'm affiliated with a certain people and I do certain things. And for whatever reasons, people can't mix. I can't get out here and I can't start talking. I text on the side. I would text and talk to a few people, but I can't get out here to keep it 100. I can't get out here and just make no video with Major and Kelly and all them cats. Y'all keep it a Sabbath. We can't rock like that because it's us against them. A lot of times people come to me, Berean, you sounding like you listen, whose side are you on? You with us or you with them? And this is the religious madness. This is the religious madness, and that is a political side. So if I'm acting like, listen, I'm getting out here and I'm gonna say certain things, or I'll do a video. It's not like we discuss it, or I'll do a video with somebody else from another camp. We can't do that, from Israelites, and I'm a Christian. We can't do that stuff because we can't mingle.
And that's the reason why GMS, we don't get down with all these other camps, man. Because they have different doctrines. Like he said, they're flying one flag and we're flying the flag of the truth, man. Now there's some other camps. There's a few camps out there that don't have the name GMS before their name, but they acknowledge who their apostles and their elders are. So in essence, they're still as part of the same church, man. With those 7 churches, those 7 candlesticks is represented by GMS and a few other Israelite groups, man. Because through us, the truth is going to the 4 corners of the earth. The truth is being spread, man. Not through these pastors, and this ex-pastor right here, Bro Bareen.
Because it's flying different flags. I'm going to keep it at 100. It's flying different flags. Listen, if we flying red, Major, y'all over there flying blue. We can't rock with y'all. This is how it is. This is how it is. This is how it is. You don't, so I'm going to bring out a couple of things. You don't need to be heavy to be apologist or minister or anything, because most Christians, whatever you tell them, they just don't accept it. Most Christians ain't reading the Bible like that.
Yep.
I forgot where that survey was. One survey said so many people think that Joan of Arc is Noah's wife.
Now that goes, man, now if you believe something like that, a survey, and a lot of Christians thought that Joan of Arc was Noah's wife? Wow. And these are the people that come on the comment board trying to say something, trying to defend Dr. Gene Kim and idiots like that.
It's craziness, but this is just, like I said, this is just keeping it 100. I'm going to take my time because I'm going to bring out a couple of points. When we start talking about Craig G. Lewis and them and X Ministries and all of this stuff, a lot of times if we deal with videos, we moved with numbers, if we selling videos and this and that. So we'll just go grab a little bit of information and we making it happen. We'll just go out there and throw a little something out there just to get our numbers up, just to sell videos or DVDs. And there is that business side and political side of ministry.
And that's what they're defending, man. They're defending the money side of it. Just like a lot of people don't know that child support is not, just an example. The child support is not what do you call it? Positive law, meaning there's no child support. The child support laws are false. They're done under provisions, and provisions is not law. They're allowed to operate, and if you challenge them according to the provisions that they operate on, you can actually dismiss or get rid of them, man. A lot of people don't know that. All right, so so basically, again, it's the same thing they're doing with the Bible. They're writing things and giving them the appearance of being law. You call it the color of law, so that it has the appearance of being law that it isn't. And Christianity is no different from that child support thing. They're collecting money, and the Christians are all about their money, man. Provisions. Provisions mean that you giving a service, you selling a service, and the service is to the woman. $25 to get it going, to get the child support case going, and then another $25 annually to keep the service going, man. So you get a million women doing that. Hey, a couple million women doing that. You do the math, man, and that money goes straight to the Lord. And it even says in their bylaws, man, that the money the monies is not for the children. So who's it going to? It's going to the court system. The lawyers, the judges, the agency, they're making money off of it. So it's done under the color of law. Same thing that they do in the churches. And I'm just using it as an example so that you understand, man. It's the same thing being done. This is how Esau's kingdom operates. Deception, usury, and the collecting, overtaxation, and the collecting of money. And they've made the house of the Lord a place of merchandise. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So here it is. I'm just going to let you read it. I'm going to read it through the camera. All right. This is Psalms 148 and 147, Salakia, and verse 19 and 20. All right. If you notice, it's precept, Romans 3 and 1. And 3, 1 and 2. But it reads, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. All right. My wife's not focusing. Normally it focuses. There it is. His statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. So the other nations have not known the Lord. They have not known the Lord, man. Okay. Let's go back to Romans now. The scripture that it was precept to. Okay. Because what we're telling you, that it's advantageous to be an Israelite, man, whether you be a Jew or Asherite. Okay? And it precept that because the Lord not dealing with the other nations, and they don't tell you that. What advantage have the Jew or prophet, or what profit is there of the circumcision? Much every way. Chiefly because that unto them, personal pronouns, were committed the oracles of God. Only the understanding, the promises, the glory, the servant of Lord, the kingdom of heaven was given only unto the Israelites. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Nahashai Ba'Hashem Rakak Wadash Wa Abba Babal.